Hello everyone, I am back with another episode of the Neuro-Spicy Diaries. I call this story The Earthquake Confusion. So as I've said in other videos, I wasn't really raised in a specific religion, but earlier in my childhood there was a period where my parents were kind of briefly exploring and we went to a Quaker community. I say community because they did not meet in a physical church. They actually met in the building with the dance studio where I had my very short-lived attempt at a ballet career. This will not surprise anyone, but I was much more into the music than dancing to it. But I digress. So my parents were telling me that this was a Quaker church / community, and I was trying to figure out why in the world it would be called that. And I was asking my parents, like, what does that mean? And they said that's just what the religion is called, not really going into it. But my brain, of course, wouldn't leave it alone. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, what on earth does that mean? And there's some debate about what it meant historically. There isn't like a simple, concise answer to that. But, you know, being a literal autistic 6 or 7 year old, you know, I'm like, you know, trying to figure this out. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, we have Quaker oatmeal and Quaker oatmeal squares, you know, in the cupboard, but does that have anything to do with church? Like, what's the deal with that? And so we go to the building, and the kids' Sunday school component was in the dance studio part of the building. And I was looking around like, okay, there are no Quaker oat squares. There is no Quaker oatmeal. Okay, maybe there's like gonna be an earthquake or something. And, you know, to my 7-year-old brain, you know, that seemed like the most sensible theory I was coming up with at that point, you know, trying to figure out what this word meant. And so I'm like, okay, what do I do if there's going to be an earthquake? I'm like, okay, like, do I stop, drop, and roll? No, that's fire. Like, what does one do for an earthquake? And I'm thinking, well, if, you know, might as well, you know, get up against the wall or something. I don't know. I'm in the Midwest, okay? We don't get earthquakes, thankfully. So I was staunchly refusing to join in the group game, and that was not unusual for me. I wasn't a huge fan of group games, you know, autism and all that. But this wasn't because I had autism. It was because I was afraid to move in the middle of the room because I didn't want to get hit by the earthquake. And one of the teachers came over to me and he, you know, was like, what's going on? You know, do you want to come play with us? And I said that I would love to, but I couldn't because of the earthquake. And he got this deer in the headlights. I was not expecting that look that I gave to adults in my life on a daily basis when I was a child. And I was trying to explain, you know, like I was afraid of the earthquake, you know, Quakerism, all that. And he explained, you know, no, there's no earthquake, you know, it's fine. But yeah, that is the story of the earthquake confusion. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, I'll be back soon. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and hit the thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Like you try. Bye.